What's up guys, Lifting here. So I've gotten the Uber Farmer to level 87, things are progressing nicely, I can do full key runs, it's fairly safe, the taunts are amazing from the Chieftain, the damage is good, and I'm only using a 5 link right now. So if I were to get a 6 link, it would be pretty sick. The gear I'm using right now is not that expensive either, it's still fairly budget, except for the Tukohama's Fortress, which I bought after farming a few days in Uber Lab. It cost 5 exalt, so it's very, very expensive now. You don't need that. I used this shield before, and well, in general, I was doing Uber Lab running with just very budget rare gear. You probably can't reliably do full key runs unless you spec or spend a few more currency, or spend some more currency to try and upgrade your gear. I've also made some changes to the skill tree. I found that I need a bit more damage mitigation to make full key runs reliable, so I didn't kill myself or ended up getting killed. And in order to do that, I really didn't have that many more options rather than just adding more armor to my character and of course using my flasks, which I did anyway. But the way I then went about it was I picked up Eldritch Battery over here, so that removed my energy shield that I gained from Infernal Mantle and from my Voidbringer gloves. And yes, I now use Voidbringers instead of Meligaros for this exact purpose. So I gain a lot of energy shield from that. I also gain a bit of energy shield from this. So the way I can best utilize this energy shield is by going Eldritch Battery, so it gets moved over to my mana globe here. And since I'm using blood magic, I don't use the energy shield to cast it. It's still going to be fueled on my life. But when you then pick up Mind Over Matter, it still acts as a shield in its nature, right? So when hit, 30% of damage is taken from mana before life, but when we're using Eldritch Battery, it gets taken from the energy shield instead. So because of Infernal Mantle and Voidbringer, I get quite a lot of energy shield, and then Mind Over Matter gives us that extra mitigation, and it's actually fairly powerful. And as you guys can see, I'm very close to 6,000 life. When you add the energy shield on top of this as an effective health pool, you get pretty far up and you get a very powerful and tanky character. And I found that to be necessary if I wanted to do full key runs. I still think you have to be a little careful with conduits. That is still a little sketchy, but most other buffs on Isaro you can now deal with. So this is going very well so far. And I still think Chieftain is the best if you want to do Uber Lab farming. Again, Inquisitor works if you just want to go for damage, but I don't think that's the best for Uber Lab farming. I've also added a lot of jewels to my build. That's not different from the original skill tree, but lots of jewels with life on all of them, then crit chains or crit multi or something like that. And it's working out very nicely. So far, I've probably made around 12 Exalted Orbs in 4 days. I think that's what's equivalent to when I've then, take into consideration what I've bought with these Exalts. So 12 Exalted Orbs. I'm doing this 100 Exalted Orb challenge where myself, it's a goal for myself to keep me motivated, but also some of my viewers are joining up, so we're seeing who gets 100 Exalted Orbs first in this league. And things are moving very nicely forward for this. So I'm definitely happy with the Uber Lab farmer right now. Flame totems are pretty fucking beastly. If you decide to do this, I would recommend that as soon as you can afford it, get yourself a level 20 flame totem. And you can get that at level 70, then you meet the level requirement, because the damage boost is just so significant. Also, I am leveling another flame totem over here. Once it reaches 20, I'm going to corrupt it. I'm going to see if I can get a level 21 flame totem, because the damage is just amazing then. And then eventually I'll hope to get this 6 linked. But then again, it's actually nice to have it 5 linked, so I can show you guys that it's not necessary. The current gear I am using right now is just a regular wand, and I want to change this out for a scepter once I find one. And that's because then I can use shield charge. Right now I'm just using flame dash. And it's alright, but if you really want to progress fast through the labyrinth, getting yourself that constantly available movement skill such as shield charge is good. You could use a dagger as well, as I mentioned in the previous video, if you want. And use Whirling Blades, but Scepter is going to be the best because you can get elemental damage added to spells, you can get cast speed, you can get spell damage, and implicit elemental damage if it's that Scepter, right? I'm using 2 Seething Life Flask here, Divine Life Flask of Staunching. I actually think this is a bubbling. I'm considering changing out my bubbling for Flask that heals slower, just for when I'm running through the traps. I can activate that, and you know, it's good, but having 2 insta-heal flasks is very nice against Isaro. I'm using a Granite Flask of Iron Skin. You can change this out for Rumi's Concoction if you want. Then a Basalt Flask of Warding so we don't get cursed. And then just a Quicksilver Flask to have more movement speed. Once I get Shield Charge up and running, it may be better for me to use a Silver Flask for more attack speed, so I can use the shield charge faster, but it also gives cast speed and a bit of movement speed, right? And that is gonna it's gonna increase our damage as well, so that might be worth it to take that into consideration. Besides that, my gear is fairly standard, rare gear. I've just upgraded, and it doesn't matter if you get a bit of energy shield on your gear if that makes your socketing easier, because again, that goes for your mind over matter here to help you get more tanky, so don't worry about that. But other than that, just get armor gear with life and elemental resistances and as much armor as you can get. The really cool thing about Tukohama's fortress here is, first of all, we can now make 3 totems, right? And then 4 with Searing Bond. And when we then look at the chieftain here, Nagamo's Flames Advance, this is the one I mentioned in the previous video, that there would be a downside to picking this up because it didn't give us full potential. But the nice thing is the 35% increased damage against burning enemies, even though I can't apply burn to Flame Totem because of, where is it, Elemental Focus. When a monster is in the beam of Searing Bond, it burns, and that means the 35% damage, or that we benefit from the 35% increased damage, so pretty cool. Another cool thing about Tukohama's is that besides the totem damage and the increased life, it also makes us much more tanky, because when I summon a totem, look at my armor here, I get 300 armor per active totem. So the more totems we have up, the more damage mitigation we're going to have. And then again, another cool thing with the chieftain is that totems have 50% of your armor. So the more armor we have, the more tanky the totems are going to get. And you actually really feel that when you are fighting Isaro. Having multiple totems up makes them significantly tankier. I've also made it so that my Searing Bond setup is in the Voidbringer, because they then benefit from the +1 to level of socketed elemental gems to get more damage. But I've taken out the rapid decay and simply just added in minion and totem elemental resistances instead, because that now gives more totem damage as well. That was changed in the recent patch. It didn't give damage before, it just gave resistances. So it makes the Searing Bond totem deal a bit more damage, not as much as you would get from rapid decay, but you now benefit from the increased resistances too, and you don't have a Restoration modifier on Searing Bond, and you really just want to keep that up all the time. It's not there to give as much damage by itself, although it does give good damage, but it's more to apply that burn so that the flame totems deal more damage against the targets. So pretty cool. Now, there's not too much more to be said about it, guys. I only have a few more points I want to invest into the build. I need a bit more crits, and I need 1 more life point, and something else I can't remember right now. I'll figure it out. And then the build is pretty much done, and I'll keep doing some Uberlap farming with this. The next Uberlap build I will be making maybe a Cyclone Slayer, because Cyclone just got recently buffed with weapon ranges. So I think that could be interesting. I'm not sure it's going to be that one, but I think that would be the next Uberlap build I do. Now, guys, enjoy some reactions to some Uberlap drops, and make sure to subscribe if you're interested in more Uberlap content, or well, Path of Exile content in general. Thank you for watching, and bros, do you even nerd? Alright guys, let's open, let's see, 5 keys again. Offering. Oh yes. Oh yes. We made some currency again here. Pride Before the Fall and Dapper Prodigy, Chaotic Disposition. So with this we made in the cost of the trial. Pride Before the Fall, let's see what that sells for. Combs Art, it sells for 18 Chaos Orb at a minimum. We can probably sell this for 19, realistically 20. Then we have Dapper Prodigy, I think this is 11 or something like that. Yeah, it sells for 11 to 12 Chaos Orbs. Chaotic Disposition, that's 5 Chaos Orbs by itself. Sick gains, guys. Sick gains. We're doing it. Let's see what we get. Yes! Not bad. I don't even... Do these still sell for a lot since... like 13, 14 KS for this. And then these are quality 17. And we got a 5 link. Not really... It's corrupted though. But very nice. What we're getting this time here. No, please tell me that's not it. No! Oh, shit drops this time. Shit drops this time. Let's see what we get as an interchange. Sometimes you just don't get lucky in here. See what we're getting. Superior gems. And another Superior Enlightened. Nice. I sold this one with 15 quality for 15 KS yesterday. And these are quality 11. Well, not too bad, guys. Not too bad. Oh, that wasn't good drops this time around. Not this time around. All right, quality gems. Lots of quality. These are 5. These kind of suck, but these are quality 18. Nice, 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 nice. And let's see what we can get for our enchant. Ground slam damage. Oh. We got 5 Chaos Orbs. Very nice. Very nice. Ramirez. 4 uniques. But 5 Chaos Orbs from Chaotic Disposition. 2 treasure keys. Yes. And the Worm's Mold. Superior gems only level quality 7 though. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's alright. Oh, let's see what enchant we're getting. Let me just use this one here. Come on, Hubris Circlet. Flame Blast damage. Yes! Fucking nice. It's not an item level 84 though, but still. Fucking nice.